Thank you for joining us here. We're going to take you through the whole flyovers for the Aussie Masters Tournament 2025. We are Jase and Matty Faz. I'm Jase.
I'm Matty Faz.
And this is hole one, par 3, 100 metres, sponsored by and brought to you by the good people at Guff, Australia's premier bricks and mortar disc golf store. And if you throw one too far left, as you can see, you'll be visiting there on the way home, Matty, to pick up a new disc.
Yeah, I'll be going for the Michael Johansson Comet.
You would?
The most marketable man in disc golf. Now we are looking at hole 2 here, sponsored by our good friends at the Throwlers podcast.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Throwlers. How you doing, Chris? Sublime. Thanks, Alan. Hole 2 is par 3, 85 metres, and there's usually OB behind. So, yeah, good luck. Hole 3 now, a par 4, brought to you by Kingfisher Disc Golf, all the way from Queensland, I believe. And we all know this hole. Everyone who's played at Vic Park before is familiar with this water carry. Over we go, ignoring the yellow basket. There is a long gap for those of you feeling adventurous on the day.
Who's your favourite Kingfisher player, Jace?
The meatball. Has to be the meatball.
Has to be. And moving right along here to hole 4, it's a 225 metre monstrosity, and this one's sponsored by The Disc Basket, a brand new Adelaidean disc golf shop, the only bricks and mortar disc golf shop in South Australia. They aim to bring you the best possible range of disc golf items and accessories you could imagine. They ship Australia-wide as well, so check them out online, discbasket.com.au, Jace.
Yeah, we just passed by the Mando here on your left, right on the corner, so avoids you cutting the corner. But it's about getting up and around in two, Matty, so that you can really make your approach to this basket if we ever get there.
Yeah, well, the old boys had the arm for this hole.
Oh, I think so on the day. There's a few that can really rip. Hole 5, par 3, and this one we all know too well, but brought to you by the Flying Disc Store. Always have trouble getting that one out, but Flying Disc Store has been an institution in disc purchasing for a long time, Matty, but we're lucky enough to have them sponsor this 115-metre birdieable, would you say?
Yeah, you're going to have to get your disc really flying if you want to get the birdie on that one. As we take a little look here at hole 6, pretty short one, par 3. This one's brought to you by RPM. I'm not sure I need to say much more about the biggest disc golf manufacturer in the Southern Hemisphere, New Zealand's own. And what are some of your favourite RPM discs, Jace?
I'll throw Ruru.
That would go pretty nicely on this hole, actually.
Absolutely. Hole 7, brought to you by the Man Cave, is 100 metres. It's a par 3. It's slightly uphill, and pick your line if you want to get up there. Narada and the team at the Man Cave supplied the items in the players' pack, as seen at Ruffy Rumble, Melbourne Celebrates, and Lake Dewa. Huge supporters of local tournaments, Matty. Lucky to have them.
Yeah, everything you need to stay a hygienic male disc golfer. As we look ahead now to hole 8, it's a par 4, 210 metres. This one's brought to you by Fidget Mini, who Paul Arden's brainchild there, and what we're looking forward to from them is this Maxi Mini, I believe that is pronounced, a disc-sized fidget spinner.
Yeah, I prefer Fidget Massive, but as
look,
this hole is.
Yeah, and look, fidget spinners were all the rage about 3 years ago in high schools. Really glad that trend passed.
Yeah, and we're still moving down, so she's a tough par 4, and basket just situated in front of these trees here. Tough one to get. As we get to the end of the front 9 to hole 9, it's a par 4, 200 metres. It's known as the Tunnel Hole, and it's sponsored by the best media outlet in Australian disc golf by a country mile, Parked Media, Matty. Very close to our heart.
I have heard of them, yes.
And we're rapt to be a part of sponsorship of the first Aussie Masters in Australia. So rapt to be a part of it and looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a big deal, Jace.
We'll be there filming on the day.
Of course we will. Now, we're inside the aforementioned tunnel here. You're going to need to keep your disc low, keeping away from that disastrous ceiling it can be if you hit the wrong spot. You want to skip one, though, along this pretty fast fairway that transitions into a pretty fast green.
It does.
All right, that's the end of the front nine. Coming into the back nine now, hole 10, par 4, 190 metres. Challenging this right side gap here. Most players will be pushing out a hyzer on the backhand. And speaking of hyzers, Melbourne Disc Golf's Pro Shop. The segue wasn't great there, but when it comes to service, range, and disc golfing know-how, the fine folk at Melbourne Disc Golf Pro Shop, Mike van der Linden, etc., will be there for you.
Certainly will. Certainly will as we move to hole 11. It's another par 4 as we often get to this section of the course. We're a little tired and 175 metres, and the Masters are going to have their work cut out from here. But not if they're carrying a brand new Bergs V4 disc golf bag, because that is who's sponsoring this hole. So thank you very much, Bergs. And you see plenty of them getting around on course, don't you, Matty?
You certainly do. Probably too many.
So thank you to Mike Spangenberg.
He must be killing it as we go into hole 12 now. It's a par 3, 120 metres. This one's sponsored by Oz Discs. Representatives of them are the Hyzer Flight team, but the Hyzer Flight for the right-hand player won't be going so good here, Jase.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. You've got to try and not fade out to the left. Right in front of these guardian trees is probably, or just behind them, is the place you want to land. Hole 13, par 3. It's 100 metres over the creek here, and she's a tight line. Forehand line's available. Backhand line that we're taking with the drone is also available. Sponsored and brought to you by Disc Golf Warehouse and their lovely Hawaiian shirts. A little bit of OB behind there to worry too with the creek.
Right, moving into hole 14 here. It's a par 3, 95 metres. Jase, I really love this one because all you need to do is pipe one straight up the middle. And speaking of pipes, Outright Plumbing and Maintenance are the sponsor of this hole.
Good on you, Outright Plumbing and Maintenance. Not only sponsoring disc golf tournaments, but somehow employing Alan Brunsting as well. So
and
thank you.
Unclogging toilets everywhere, I'm sure.
Hole 15 is a par 3. It's 100 metres. And it's straight down the gap here. We've got a low ceiling. And it's brought to you by Physio Cream. Thanks to Wade O'Shaughnessy for the collaboration there. Supplied 650 satchels of Solugel to get the Masters players through this tournament, mate.
That's a lot of Solugel.
Is it enough, though?
The amount of Physio Cream I used in the last year, I'm sending their kids to college as we go into hole 16 here. It's a par 3. It's a short one, 75 metres. All you'd really need here is maybe a beaten-in Kia from RPM Discs just to sort of ride that right-hand side and slightly fade back to the left, Jase.
You would, Matty, but you want to keep your RPMs up. Keep that disc flying straight.
You do, yep. Your revolutions per minute are imperative in this sport.
Thank you, RPM. As we move to hole 17, this one sponsored by Disconnection, connecting you with discs, Matty.
One of my favourite disc golf puns.
Yeah. Reece Pelios and the boys there from WA, thank you for your connection to this tournament. Just a short one here, 90 metres, not too much trouble.
No, don't let the simplicity fool you on the day. And here we are at the final hole on the course, hole 18. It's a par 3, 90 metres, Jase. This one brought to you by Bespoke Disc Golf, and they've been good enough to put a $250 ace prize up for grabs here, and then a $150 merch draw if you can catch the koozie surrounding the base on the day. How generous is that?
How good Bespoke Disc Golf. Once again, supplying a wonderful prize. Thank you for joining us, and we hope we'll see you there if you qualify for the Aussie Masters 2025.
Catch you there, guys.